What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, OTP Nation? Welcome into episode number 346 of the award-nominated, honorably mentioned, number 9 NCAA ranked, and of course viewable on YouTube, Outside the Box podcast presented by Shootout for Soldiers, the official lacrosse pod on the Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast network. It's KB and Deej coming at you. A light week this week. We're taking off another week of fictional lacrosse rosters as we gear up for Nickelodeon and Disney Volume 2s respectively, while also building out Marvel, DC, and a whole lot more. We got a whole lot more. That whole series is not over whatsoever. We did get a nice little submission about who would do Hercules dirty at the Stripe, though, that we'll talk about. But we have a fun episode planned. We're going to recap and discuss PLL Day, as that happened earlier this week. We got some NLL news, some NLL history being made this week as well. And if you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put the word out there that we back up. We back up. I was at Wings Team Media Day today as we record this on Thursday night. And first of all, super thankful to Lauren Coranda and the entire Philadelphia Wings organization. This is just the start, guys. This is just the start of some of the stuff that we are trying to plan and execute out with the Philadelphia Wings this season and hopefully beyond. But we had the opportunity. Myself and CFO Margie went down to the Wells Fargo Center today for Media Day, and we got 7 in-person interviews, very similar to our PLL championship game media day style. And Deej, we'll talk about more, but we were one of 2 media outlets on site for this bad boy. But we got sit-down interviews with the following players, and you're going to hear 2 of them later on in the episode. We got to sit down with formerly from Panther City Lacrosse Club, Anthony Malcolm, or Tony Malcolm. He said he doesn't care which one. He responds to both. But if he had to pick, he would say Anthony. So I'm going to call him Anthony Malcolm until further notice. Nick Demude, the Philadelphia Wings' new goalie, who I absolutely love. He is like Donnie Thornberry in the best way possible, and I love it. Connor Sellers, who I'm over the moon excited about. Phil Caputo, Mitch Jones, Blaze Reardon, our guy, and yes, today included the number 1 overall pick in this year's NLL draft, Brennan O'Neill. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Sure, it was a media day interview, but nonetheless, Brennan O'Neill on OTB. This episode, we're going to try to sprinkle the episodes with interviews since we have 7 of them. So this week on today's episode, you will hear from Brennan O'Neill and Phil Caputo. We're going to try to balance it where you get one of the former Panther City guys and a Philadelphia Wings guy. So what better way to kick it off than with the number 1 overall pick and Brennan O'Neill. So you'll also have another episode with Mitch Jones and a Panther City player, Blaze Reardon, and a couple Panther City players packing out over the next couple of episodes that we're very excited about. These interviews will also be airing on Underground Sports Philadelphia, kind of opposite of each other. But bro, we got Brennan O'Neill on the pod.
Big bang. I mean, of course we were going to have Brennan O'Neill on the pod. It was only a matter of time.
Exactly.
There's some other people we're stalking down as well, but
exactly.
Give us time.
But today was awesome. We'll talk a little bit about everything that happened later on in the show, but big thank you to the Philadelphia Wings organization for having us out. It was super awesome and such an honor to be there. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at OTB LaxPod across the board. That's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn, and on YouTube at OTB LaxPod. Go follow us. Go subscribe. Follow Deej on Twitter at SCS_next great. Follow Chase at the PLL Pipeline. Follow Hoots at Hoot Sports Media. Follow me at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe to the pod. I'm going to say it again for good measure. Subscribe to the pod. Deej, I'm going to give you a 3 count to let everyone know that they should subscribe to the pod.
Subscribe to the pod. ASAP. Right now. Go to YouTube. Type Underground Sports Philadelphia. Press subscribe. And then stay for a little while and watch a few videos, you know?
And do the same on Apple, do the same on Spotify. Subscribe to the pod. Leave the 5-star reviews on the audio app of choice. It really does help us out, guys, when you subscribe. And like Deej said, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia and OTB YouTube channels. YouTube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia is where you get full video episodes of this show every single week. Full video episodes of every show on our network. Clips, shorts, live streams. Oh, yeah, we have a live stream announcement later on in the show, too, that we'll get to. Live stream coming up with the boys. So you got to subscribe to the channel in order to know when it's going down. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. And, of course, click that bell icon so you know when new videos go live. And leave us a voicemail. Our voicemail line is open. Speakpipe.com/OTBLaxPod. It is open 24/7, 365. Leave us a voicemail whenever. We will react to every single voicemail left on the voicemail line. It will be featured on the show. So leave us a voicemail. Speakpipe.com/OTBLaxPod. It's linked in the description as well. We want to hear from you guys. Get you involved in the show. So leave us a voicemail. Speakpipe.com/OTBLaxPod. And of course, this show is presented by Shootout for Soldiers. Guys, it's crazy to think about, but November is right around the corner. And November means wall ball for war fighters coming up for Shootout for Soldiers throughout the entire month of November. Go to shootoutforsoldiers.com and click the events tab and go to Wall Ball for Warfighters, or go to wallballforwarfighters.com to register today. You want to know what Wall Ball for Warfighters is, everybody? This November, join Wall Ball for Warfighters in making a difference for our nation's veterans through the power of lacrosse. We're excited to once again launch our Wall Ball for Warfighters campaign, where you can sign up and help those who have served our country. Throughout the month, we invite lacrosse enthusiasts of all levels to participate by logging your wall ball sessions and contributing to a collective effort that gives back to our heroes. Whether you're a seasoned player or just starting out, your participation will help raise crucial funds and awareness for veteran support programs. Get involved, challenge your friends, and make every rep count. Together, we can show our gratitude and make a lasting impact. Ready to rep for a cause? Let's get started. Wall Ball for Warfighters. Through Shootout for Soldiers through the entire month of November. It's right around the corner. Get involved. Submit your videos. We want to see them. Tag us in your Wall Ball for Warfighters videos, and, of course, tag Shootout for Soldiers in them as well. We want to see you getting involved. Register, donate. It is one of the coolest events, I think, throughout the entire month to really get awareness for veteran support programs, and a cool way to do it. Wall Ball for Warfighters. Register today. Link is in the description. And we thank Shootout for Soldiers for being the proud presenting partner of the Outside the Box podcast. Deej, PLL Day happened. PLL Day happened. Another one in the books. And we got some cool insights on some stuff. And if you're on LinkedIn, you saw a lot of really cool business stuff from PLL Day, and we got to see the first office again. It feels like it's been forever since we've seen that, and the empty office there. And it's just crazy thinking that it's been 6 years of the PLL and we're getting ready for year 7 of this league already. Like, we're on the back half of a decade already. And that's insane to think about, that, like, how far the league has come in such a short time. Like, 6 years feels like a long time, but it's also so short at the same time. and just seeing how far they have been able to grow and evolve and just really take over and make a mark on the sports media and just sports league landscape is insane. And it's so sick that we've been a part of it since the jump. And growing like alongside a sports league as a podcast is like a dream come true. If you're just starting to get into like the content you're covering, if you get in at the same time that whatever topic you're talking about starts, you are on a rocket ship to the moon. And that's exactly where we are with this show, with the PLL and the NLL respectively, and their growth. But PLL day is always cool because you sit back, you reflect on everything that's happened over the past 6 years now. And I think one of the cool things this year is we finally got that true look at the rumored Nova's Lacrosse Club. That was in the works. That almost was a team. And I'm wondering what replaced Nova's in the long run, and what Nova's got cut for. And it looked like that was going to be Paul's team. And I know Paul was in every uniform for the mock-ups and everything, but that looked like it was going to be Paul's team.
There was a whole lot of Paul on that board. A whole lot of Paul on that board. But I would have to imagine. I think Novas might have gotten cut for Archers.
I don't know. They had a lot. Like,
I'm just thinking about like color scheme wise. Like
my initial guess was like it was Chrome and Novas.
Possibly.
Because I think Novas was kind of a
it-
play on the Cannons almost.
It might have been Chaos, dog.
That's also a possibility.
We've heard a lot about.
Did you also see that one mock-up Chaos logo?
No.
Their mascot was almost a gorilla.
No comment.
They had a skull. They had like a gorilla mascot. Like
no
a
comment.
whole bunch of like the Archers were almost the Redwoods color scheme, which we've seen a bunch of, and I'm so happy that was not the case.
Oh, that would have been ugly.
Atlas had a bunch of logos that a couple of them looked like they were like straight out of the Premier League, and there hasn't been like, I know there was a couple Redwoods logos that were like red, white, and blue. A lot of red for the Redwoods logos as well. And I love that. And I know our guy Michael Harrison said, we need a like coffee table book with all this stuff in it. And Liam tweeted back at him and said, be a good idea for year 10, huh? I was like, can we get it now?
I don't know. I low key like the idea of waiting for year 10. Like,
because who knows what's gonna come in the next 3
not
4
even
years.
Just that, just like it to me, that lines up with the way the league is thinking in terms of like their investment and like their business plan and everything. Like 10 years would be the perfect way to like stamp the first era of PLL. And then probably you just go by decade after that. It's every 10 years you can drop something else that looks back at that set of 10 years and how it's progressed the PLL.
Yeah, because like who knows, and like you add in what could come, and who knows what expansion could be on the horizon, and what else is to come from the PLL in the next 3 to 4 years to get to that year 10. But like, it's wild. Like also like all the teams like posting stuff. Like the Water Dogs thread was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. It's year 6 of the PLL and year 5 of the Water Dogs. Let's take a look back at year 1 of everything that happened. Did you see this thread?
I saw part of it. I didn't look through it.
The whole thing. I'm gonna pull it up because I know they posted on Instagram too, and it's easier to like slide through on there. But they posted everything in black and white. So it's like life in the PLL before the Water Dogs, 10/22/2018 to 1/1/2020. So here's slide 1. Chrome was still a team in the PLL.
I did see that.
Games were only broadcast via radio. The television had not been invented yet.
I saw that and I was like, they need to stop it. That is ridiculous.
Paul Rabil was still playing and teammates with Kira McCardle. Theodore Roosevelt invites inaugural PLL champions to the White House.
That is hilarious.
Michael Sowers had yet to step on a PLL field, parentheses, sad. Players arrived at games in horse and buggy. Coach T was still at Denver and still coaching Ethan Walker and Jack Hanna.
Yes, he was. This is true.
So funny.
That's like
Theodore Roosevelt inviting the Whip Snakes to the White House is hilarious.
I said there were only about 3 or 4 actual true things in there.
Yeah.
Which made it so much funnier.
Could you imagine PLL players rolling up with their sticks and gear on a horse and buggy?
That would be so lit. Especially like Boston. Imagine if they had did that for their homecoming this year. That would have been spot the fuck on. And I'd be like, see, this is how you do home cities. You got to lean into it.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like, looking at where the league is now as opposed to year one, and like, it was 6 teams. Chrome was still a team. Now you have the Cannons and the Outlaws in the PLL. Who knows what other teams come in? Like, it is wild looking back at year one, too.
Columbus Chrome are coming.
And like looking back at just a 6-team league and like the original 6 and like how that season was and how it all played out. And there's so much that has evolved from that first year. And I genuinely like obviously the expansion happened and the Water Dogs come in, but I genuinely think a lot of the creativity and the schedule making happened while that bubble was going on.
Probably.
Where they had the time.
We'll never really know.
Right.
we will never really know unless they come out with another Fate of the Sport like thing and tell us, oh, this is what really happened in the bubble, which would be great.
Imagine if they're sitting on a whole bubble documentary right now.
You think RJ isn't?
Like a full
You think RJ isn't?
I need that yesterday.
We'll get it when the time's right.
That'd be so sick.
It's going to be sick. And I think they're going to wait for like a very pivotal point in terms of the PLL and then just go, oh, by the way, all of this has really been planned since, 2020. But, here you go. Now you get to find out. I honestly think it is already in the works. It might even be produced and they're just waiting. Wouldn't even be surprised.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everything the PLL does at this point, we're never truly surprised that they're doing because they are always 5 steps ahead of everyone's thought process.
What they be saying? They don't miss?
Them motherfuckers don't miss.
They literally don't miss.
They're fucking good.
Is this good?
Is that good?
Is that good? I don't know. Maybe it is. But trust me, I've not forgotten about year one. That is when everything started going downhill. As a Redwoods fan, that is.
This fucking guy.
That was the pinnacle of things for us. Matt Rambo scored that OT game winner, and it's all just been like this. Would love for it to, come back up, but that's us right now.
There's been some positives. I've been divulging in this, and this goes for every sport. We as sports fans need to reclaim the mindset of what it was like to be a fan when we were younger. The whole culture of being online has poisoned everyone's brains of thinking there's only a positive in a sports season if you win a championship.
Oh no, I'm mad we don't got the first pick. That would have been very positive.
I'm talking just in general. Like, there's so much discourse on the. I was talking to Stephen McAvoy about this too, because baseball, and everyone needs to sit back and realize that 99% of your sports seasons, unless you are the Carolina Panthers, unless you are, unfortunately, what happened in season for the Water Dogs this year, but there's a positive because you're getting the number 1 overall pick, so there's a positive to take away.
So the California Redwoods,
There's positives to take away.
the Detroit Pistons.
They're in that Carolina Panthers discourse.
Oh, I know.
You signed Tobias Harris, so like, sorry.
Like, bro, the man's put 6 people on the court in game 1 this year. We ain't got a chance of beating the allegations this year.
There's very few sports teams where like you can't find true things to like celebrate as positives. For the most part, there are a lot of things to be excited about as a team. And like even for the Water Dogs this past year, like Ben Randall coming into his own and being an all-star. Like that's
Bro,
a positive.
I'm stopping you right there. Y'all don't get to say that right now, okay? Because
I'm
y'all's
using
team
examples.
Use the Redwoods then. Show me what I'm supposed to be happy about as a Redwoods fan. Because, well,
You have one of the most dominant face-off guys in the league.
I can take that.
Your guy, one of the best LSMs in the league, if not the best.
JC's a beast.
The number 2 pick is coming to the California Redwoods. That's still a positive.
It's not a generational talent. That is CJ Kurz. So your point?
Sorry. You have Westberg.
No. You ain't got nothing to be sorry for. They got something to be sorry for.
Well, it was against the Water Dogs.
No, they were being tricked into believing they had a chance at making the playoffs when everybody on the planet knew they didn't.
You have Westberg.
Okay.
I think last year was kind of a fluke for him. I still think Ryder Garnsey, very talented player. That's a positive on your team.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, granted, it didn't really show itself, and you were missing the anchor of it from the entire year because he was out injured. The youth on the defense, I think, is a huge positive. And I think across the board, they're all wildly talented. There's positives. Positive things.
You know,
not opposite day.
Did you notice what you didn't talk too much about? The offensive side of the ball.
I mentioned 2 offensive players.
2. Now let's talk about some other teams in the league. How many offensive players you finna name? 6, 7, 8?
Well,
and you said 2.
Just because there's positive doesn't mean there's also not negatives.
My point. We ain't addressed the negatives in 6 years. We
got
the same problems that we had in 2019
the Shaq meme
right now.
This is what I'm talking about. Celebrating the positives. It's okay to do it.
Not when the negatives are not addressed.
But you know what else is a positive? PLL day. Now
I did retweet the beginnings of our iteration of
I
OTB.
did see
That just felt like the perfect thing to put out at the time.
Facts. Going back to the I want Nova's Lacrosse Club to be a thing. That's a great name for a sports team. Now, I don't know if there's some like hoops they got to jump through from a copyright standpoint because Nova is in the Marvel Cinematic and Marvel comic universe as a character. So I don't know if there's anything underlying from a copyright standpoint there, or if like the plurality of Novas kind of supersedes that. But that also might have been a reason why it got cut. So we don't obviously know, but I would love it. I just think the colors need to be a little bit different than the red, white, and blue.
So what do you suggest?
Well, when you think of Novas, you think of like
low key, bro. Can they give us tie-dye vibes from the 2019 All-Star game?
They never would, but I would like that. That would be sick.
Like, it works.
I also think
the light and dark are enough.
I also think for them, like the alternate color scheme that the Chargers use works really well.
Okay.
Like that light blue and yellow, and you probably throw in some black just because it's like outer space and you have like the night, like solar system sky. I think there's something there with that. I could also see like, I know the Archers have orange already, but I think you could pair orange with a different color than the blue that the Archers use and use some sort of orange or I do think like yellow is an underutilized color simply because it's the league color, but I think yellow as an accent color could be used there. But I think Nova's Lacrosse Club or something like extraterrestrial or outer space esque would be a sick addition for a PLL expansion team if they don't go in the direction of bringing an MLL team back in or Chrome or what have you, and they come up with an original IP for a team name. I would love it for something to be like Galactic.
I'm trying to find. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find this. There was a team here that was the Galaxy, and they had a couple different styles that might be fitting.
I also think like a neon green and black color scheme could work for a team. That would be sick and very fun. But I would love to see like Novas or something like that come in. I know you just shared your screen here.
Yeah. So there's like that.
Why does
But
dude in the front look like Great Value Romar?
Hey, yo, chill.
He looked like somebody
Chill.
playing Romar in like a NBC sitcom or something.
He's talking about homie right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my frat brother.
that's Flomar.
Oh, you're hilarious.
They don't use the NIL of Romar Dennis. That's Flomar Dennis.
And then they had
Oh, I like those basketball jerseys.
the white ones here.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
they had
nice.
this design, and then you can kind of see it here, but it's kind of the same design, but purple and blue.
Yeah, kind of like Charlotte Hornets-esque, but more like
More
ombre Galaxy.
Yeah. So like even if it was something like that, I feel like the
Yeah.
Novas could really be able to do something with that.
That would be a sick team name. And then their mascot is like,
I guess Galaxy would have some copyright things they'd have to fight through with like the LA Galaxy and stuff.
But like something like outer space or like extraterrestrial for a team like on an original IP would be sick. But I'll tell you what, we said like Novus felt like that was going to be Paul's team, and that felt like a parallel to the Cannons almost, where it was like, oh, Cannons are ground level, let's go galactic level, and we'll be the Novas. That would have been crazy. There's so much in PLO, like from that to the bubble to 2021 and having three-day weekends to now home cities. The home cities video is really cool. Shout out to all our homies that were in that from the supporter groups, Michael Harrison, the Battery Boys. But like it is wild to see like what the league has been able to accomplish in such a short pocket of time. And seeing what they've done over a 6-year period only makes you wonder what could be on the horizon in the next 6.
Hopefully expansion into the Midwest. Would love that. Columbus Chrome sounds fantastic. Chicago Chrome also sounds okay. Indiana something. I don't even mind them being in Indiana. I know you ain't really gonna come to Michigan. I don't think you like the vibe here enough. It really not that. I don't really think there's a space good for here that would be good to play. But yeah, one of those places. I'm even cool with Louisville. That's a 5-hour drive for me. I can make that for a weekend. Absolutely. Would prefer it to be a little closer. Arlotta Stadium's great. It's an hour 15 away. Chicago's 2 hours away. That would be fantastic. But yeah, expansion into the Midwest would be great. More collectibles. We've talked a bunch between ourselves and some others about mini helmets. I would gladly
we have been at
collect.
the forefront of that.
I would collect mini helmets like my life depended on it.
You know, it'd be sick too, because all the mini helmet discourses happen. This would be a great clip. Remember back in the day, and I know you collected these because you and I are on that same wavelength. Remember, you go to like grocery store, like Toys R Us, and you're on the way out, and they got like the 25-cent, 50-cent
The
machines.
real little mini helmets?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
The plastic Johns of the old NFL helmets. Yeah.
Them tiny
Yeah.
buckets.
They would fit on like a Barbie.
Literally. I used to go home and put them on my wrestling action figures.
Yes.
Give them a little extra protection.
I'd put them on my Rescue Heroes.
Little G.I. Joes.
Yes. Imagine you pull up to a PLL weekend. You got a whole like vending machine section by the merch area, and it's got those. It's got like remember like the holographic like sparkly like Pokemon stickers.
Yeah.
It's that, but with like the backyard sports or like mascots for each team. You get I'm trying to think of what else was in those, like the tattoos,
Yeah.
stuff like a whole set. Like you got like 6 different things.
Bouncy balls and gumballs.
Yes, dude. It always makes its way on like that throwback Twitter account that tweets like nostalgic stuff. The bouncy balls that had the Pokemon in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put the PLL logos inside the Super Balls.
Yes.
Need that. Do the Super Balls that are like tie-dye with the team colors and put the team logo on it. Like,
and the thing is, that's nostalgic for all of us, but like kids
yes.
are still interested in all that stuff today. The kids will forever be interested in that stuff. So that is a across the board seller for all of your markets.
You have a whole vending machine section.
I'd use it.
That'd be so sick.
Imagine
sure down the line.
Make sure it take card, because I don't be really carrying cash like that. But
hey, if it's cash only, if it's cash only, I'm gonna be rolling up with them damn things that the carnival dudes have, where you just you got it on your pocket and carry all the quarters and the thing. You just hit the button, it falls out of your pocket. I'm gonna have that thing on me.
Oh, I know you are, because you just be dropping
like,
coins in your car. Like,
hey,
you just be
I
dropping
got a new
coins in
car.
your
I got
car.
a new license plate. Ain't nobody. I can't even find my car now.
That old one, you was just dropping coins like you had a coin sorter on the floor.
I'd be walking around and be like, "Where is my car?" That is the worst part about getting new license plate. It's because you're so ingrained to look for your license plate.
You are?
I'm all like, to remember where I parked. If I'm facing out, I'm like, "Oh, there's my license plate. Cool, that's my car."
I'm not old enough yet. I know exactly. I be knowing exactly where I parked. The only time I be forgetting is like taking a 10-day trip and parking in the parking garage, and then I'll be like,
which at that point, if I know I'm doing that, I try to park as close to the sign of like what floor I'm on.
I say I took a picture, so I still kind of had to do some wiggle waggle, but that picture helped a lot.
But yeah, we need a vending area, and bro, imagine like year 10, year 12, year 15 of the PLL. They got a whole claw machine. actual mascot, like stuffed animals,
boxes of cards.
Woo-wee! Mini helmets and them things.
Bundled up jerseys.
Man.
You
know how they got F1 Arcade?
Need to put some hats in there.
True. You know how they got F1 Arcade?
Yeah.
They need PLL Arcade down the line.
I could get down for that.
Fire.
I could get down for that.
That would be so sick.
We need a video game first.
That could come in the next 5-7 years. I have no information whatsoever. That's just a pure on assumption. And everyone at home, you know what assuming does.
It makes an ass out of you and me, my dog.
Yep. We are not alone. But who's to say, like, 2020, what was it, 2021 Mike came on the pod and we were talking about the video game stuff, and the very next day a mobile app video game comes out. Like, they know what that's the coolest part about the PLL and seeing the league grow too, is like from the top down, and it starts at the top. They listen to their fans, and that's what makes the league better. Like, you have right now, like, look at the NFL. Like, they're trying to talk about like every team playing an international game at some point during a season as like a staple. Like, that's dumb. That's not what your fans want. You're not listening to your overarching fan base. You're just being corporate greedy. PLL, from top down, they're listening to what the fans want. They're listening to what the consumer wants. They're listening to their, board of advisors, their investors, and taking all of those opinions and seeing what works the best. Look at the growth of the league. That I love when they put those graphics out every single season and at the end of the year. Look at the growth of the PLL, and you cannot tell it. I believe it was Neil that tweeted it when they put that graphic out. It's a bad day for your nameless and faceless Twitter accounts. It's a bad day when the PLL puts them out, because it just shows the league is growing. It's getting bigger and better, and it's not stopping. And that's amazing. PLL Day is always the coolest shit ever. And I mean, the league has changed a lot of shit for you and I personally, and has developed our careers and what we want to do in so many ways. So it's always a fun day to reflect on and look at the growth of the league, how it's helped grow this podcast, and it's always fun to celebrate PLL Day.
It's one of the best days on the planet. I mean, this sport has brought us friends, changed our lives in ways that we have not found imaginable, given us experiences that we would otherwise never have, and has really propelled us to a new level. So obviously this is a day that is going to be forever special and important to us. But yeah, I'll always think back to that first weekend in June of 2021. Life-changing.
I mean, we've done multiple live shows. One of them was recorded. One of them was only audio recorded. We were posted up at Champ. Like, look at like Champ Series was added in the last couple of years to what the PLL is growing and doing. And like, we were posted up at Champ Series all last year, and like, we're planning on trying to do that again this year, bigger and better. Like, it's crazy, and the relationships we have gained through the PLL and because of the PLL are invaluable. And I know I speak for Deej on that. I know I speak for Chase on that. And it's just so sick to like grow alongside a sports league. So happy PLL Day to everybody. And speaking of PLL Day, the PLL app is the best way to consume all types of PLL content, from all of the articles coming out from your favorite beat writers around the league, to videos, press conferences during the season. And it's a gamified app. So there's trivia in the app every single day. There's things to do in the app throughout the season, throughout the off season. It is truly the best app for a sports league out there. You guys can download the PLL app in the App Store, Google Play Store, or go to pll.app. And when you go to the redeem code section, use code OTBPOD. That's code OTBPOD. And you get 500 XP on your account. Deej, you and I, we did a little ordering this past week. We used our in-app discount because of where we are status level-wise and boy, oh boy, does it make a difference of what you can order and getting things. It is truly the best. Download the PLL app and use code OTBPOD for 500 XP on your account. And speaking of, we ordered our boxes.
Yes,
It
sir.
was very funny. We spun that wheel, and as soon as we log on, everything is sold out. I was like, well, we tried. But then everything was put back in stock, and I ordered a box. Deej ordered a box. I got a mysterious email from the PLL saying that I had an order coming to one of my different emails that said it was delivered today, as we record this on Thursday. I only got the package that I personally ordered, so I don't know what that was or is or what to believe from that, but I got a box. Deej got a box. Hoots got a box. So Hoots is going to be joining us on an OTB live stream where all three of us will be opening our boxes live together with you in the chat, reacting to what we open. And I swear to God, we all better get one of twos.
I don't know if that's how it worked, but I'm online with you. I swear. I also have 8 extra packs because, like you mentioned, use that code, and he was gracious enough to buy his parents some Water Dogs gear.
And myself, I got a long sleeve.
Hey, my mom ain't as into lacrosse as your parents are, so I spent my extra discount money to get up to free shipping on more cards. So I bought 8 extra packs, which I will be opening on the stream as well. So plenty of chances for me to get that 1 or 2, get some autos, some relics, etc. Parallels.
We were talking about this before we started recording. If the universe is right and just, you and I will be in possession of the Colin Squires and Matt DeLuca 1 of 2 or 2 of 2. If the universe is right and just.
Yes.
That has to happen. Those are 2 mainstays of this podcast.
And if you really listening, you know which one I want. It should be in my possession.
And obviously, that ball that's right up there, that's a Colin Squire signed lacrosse ball. That's our guy.
Big time.
And if the universe is truly, and I mean truly, right and just, I'll also be in possession of the Kieran McCardle 1 of 2 or 2 of 2. Because you want to talk about our guy.
And I mean, if y'all want to get technical, if the universe really feeling us, miraculously, there's going to be a Lyle Thompson 1 or 2 in my hands.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the episode. We will see you next.
Could you imagine, though?
That'd
Like,
be ridiculous. That'd be the most ridiculous
insane.
error card of all time.
Insane. I'd be like, how y'all even do this?
Right?
Like, I know he's still on contract, but he ain't showed up. How y'all do that?
Now, I'm going to need everyone out there to stop pulling these 1 of 2s and 2 of 2s. I need everyone to slow down.
Until I'm done. Let me pull some.
God damn.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, though. If boxes are still in stock when I get paid again and I don't pull nothing I like, yep. Big cop. And I'm probably going to do the same thing I did this time. Use that discount and get an extra 8 packs on the side.
I'm checking right now, but when I logged onto the PLL shop for everybody, this is not truly an ad, but you know how they do the MVP jerseys? The Jeff Teat New York Atlas gold and black jersey is now available.
Ooh.
It looks sweet.
That's a couple in a row now for them. Or no. But they do have 2 now.
They have 2, yeah.
I have Trevor's and then his.
Boxes are still available.
It is still a couple more days for I get around to payday again, but if I don't like it, I'm telling you, I'm getting me another box. I'm getting me another box.
I'll probably end up getting one at some point.
Because why not?
Right.
I just hope I got the same luck I had with them packs from last year. I went dummy. I hit an auto or a parallel or something in every pack that I touched.
I still got my relic cards from the 2021 or 2022 tops that I have the box over here. I got the relics up here still.
You don't think I still got my Lyle Thompson relic. Yes, sir.
I had my Juicy J, my Pat Harbison, and my Trevor.
I had somebody else too.
You got Trev.
Yeah, I had a Trev one. I had the Nardella auto. I had the Lyle auto. I think I might have had a Connor Fields auto too. No. I had the John Galloway parallel that my dog got to.
But that was the year before.
I think that was an auto too. I just was thinking about that. That just I'm about to shed another tear. No, that did break me. Me and her had beef for a good little minute about that.
He's not talking begging strips.
No, I'm not talking fist and want to fight beef.
Yeah, I'm excited to open them. And
it's, that's gonna be
chomping
fun.
at the bit for it.
I got a feeling I'm
ready
gonna
to
get
go.
something nice. I'm gonna get something nice.
Yeah, but I need everyone to slow down on the 1 of 2s and the 2 of 2s because someone already got Connor Fields, and it's the most iconic photo of the season. Someone already got Josh Byrne. Our guy Steve got Josh Byrne. I don't think the Brennan's been pulled.
Not that I've seen.
The Graham Bundy Jr. got pulled. Dan Arestia got that one.
I saw that.
Shout out to Dan's son. I saw Roman Puglisi got pulled. I saw a couple others got pulled that I'm blanking on, but I've seen way too many. We need to slow down. We're gonna have the whole fucking league set ready to go. I think the only complaint I have from the set, it's weird that TJ Malone doesn't have an autograph in this set. He's like the only rookie that doesn't have an auto.
Interesting.
It's strange that he was the only one not included. And I've also seen that Knobloch and Brandau's autos are far less than ideal on the cards.
Yeah, I did see that. Some people
are not. Guys use Sharpies, and it looks like they use pens.
Mm-hmm. Like nobody told them.
Right. That was like their rookie hazing.
That would be awful.
Right.
Like don't do that for the rookie hazing.
Let's be nice.
Please.
But yeah, I'm excited for our stream. We will let you guys know. It might be this Saturday. We'll let you guys know. But we're trying to open them obviously ASAP because we're chomping at the bit to see what's in our boxes. But you'll know if you follow us on social. We'll announce it, and you'll see when it's actually going down. But it'll be on Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel.
I mean, we can do it tomorrow, middle of the day.
But if we get Hoots involved, Hoots is working until he's on that mountain time.
This dude, man.
And we both got football.
Well, yeah, but I'm off between 12 and 6.
Man.
So I work a half day and then I go back at 6. So like
that damn mountain time.
Damn daylight savings. Shit, it ain't even legit no more.
Should I just call him right now and be like, yo, what are you doing tomorrow? It's only 8:13 in mountain time.
Yeah, he up.
Let's see.
He probably watching the Nuggets game crying about it or something.
Here we go. His first appearance. Yo, you're on the pod right now. What's your schedule like tomorrow?
Like tomorrow night?
Like just in general.
I'm off work at it's like 7 o'clock your time. I can probably duck out a little early if need be.
So 7 o'clock our time.
We're gonna be doing football.
Right. I'm trying to.
You let me know what works, and then I can figure it out. My boss can be pretty lenient most days, so.
Word. All right. We'll game plan.
Obviously, it just can't be like, something crazy, but.
Right.
But he likes to get out early anyway, so.
Perfect.
Should be okay.
Word. All right. We'll figure it out. We're figuring out a time when we can all be on the stream together and open our cards so we can get some bangers.
All right. I know. I keep looking at them every day. I'm waiting.
I know.
Like, they're sitting right here. I'm like, I could do one pack. I'm like, nah.
I know. You need to assemble your Grant Amen jersey still.
Dude, I know. I need the entire collection. Like all set
if you pull Grant Amen jersey patch cards, they need to go to Brandon Hooten ASAP.
Yes.
ASAP. Yes. He got the money for him.
Let me know.
All right, bro.
All right, catch you later.
Brandon Hooten's first appearance on the pod, everybody. But 7 o'clock our time. What time is your game?
7.
So, yeah.
I'm not gonna be
right.
Well, no, because it's probably gonna be a blowout, so it might speed
My
up.
game's at 6 on the road.
Like 10 our time, I would be good. 10:30, which I'm cool with a late night stream. There's gonna be college football on, NBA on.
We'll put a poll out on Twitter.
And for us, 10 o'clock
viewership wise.
Yeah, I say 10 o'clock our time is 8 p.m. his, so he would probably have no problem with that.
We'll put a poll out on Twitter and on Instagram. See what you guys want, if that's not too late for our East Coast listeners.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Saturday afternoon either. I can swing that.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out. DJ, do we want to get to our interviews, or do we want to talk around the league news and then?
Do you want to end with interviews, or do you want to sandwich them in the middle?
Let's sandwich them. So, right now, you're going to have 2 media day interviews. They're short, sweet, probably like less than 20 minutes combined, because it was kind of quick hit interviews going all day. I was at Wings Media Day today, and I had the whole professional Wings backdrop too. I was like, God damn, we need one of these backdrops for us.
Yeah,
it was sick. The cool part about this, I didn't even tell you this yet because I didn't know until I was there. So all the guys came to us first and then went to CBS. So we were the primer for them going to the national broadcast. So local CBS News was here because they're a big partner with the Wings. And then it was us. Warrior was on site because the NLL announced this week too that Warrior is now the official ball of the NLL, which is pretty cool. And then there was a couple other like sponsor stuff and like team media, because today was literally like team media day for everybody. Who doesn't know what that means? They're doing like season-long content, doing like the stuff that you see pop up on the Jumbotron, GIFs and videos for like goal scoring that you see on social media and stuff like that. And then we were there and CBS was there and they were doing interviews with us, and then they went to CBS, and that was pretty sick. And it all got started off with the one and only Brennan O'Neill, and it ended with Phil Caputo. So we're going to have those 2 on this episode for you guys, give you a taste of Brennan, give you a taste of Phil Caputo, and for you Panther City fans, have somebody who I deemed a Philadelphia Wings killer, and he took the bait perfectly, and he said, hopefully I'm doing that against all the other teams in the league this year. And I said, yes, sir. There we go. And we are huge Phil Caputo fans now because unintentionally, unprovoked, inadvertently.
Nope.
You'll hear it.
No. Don't. Let them find out on their own.
That's what I just said. You'll hear it.
Okay.
But I'm just letting them know it was unprovoked. It was not lobbed up for it to happen.
But if they really listened, then they would know that. Like,
no, because it was not anything that I gave to him. It was his
That's
straight
what
up.
I'm saying. It would be natural. They would hear it. They
Well,
would hear it. You ain't gotta sometimes you just gotta let it.
some people are not as privy to that. And that's
That's
not
their
saying that they're smart or dumb or anything in between, but some people are not privy to that. I'm just here to help the people. But anyway, let's get to our media day interviews with Brennan O'Neill and Phil Caputo. All right, everybody, welcome to a special presentation here from Underground Sports Philadelphia and the Outside the Box podcast. We're here at Philadelphia Wings Media Day and joined by the #1 overall pick in this year's NLL draft, Brennan O'Neill. Brennan, first off, welcome to Philly, man. Happy to have you here. And, when I saw your name get called during the draft, I was like, we got a blue chip guy coming into an organization filled with them. So I know the fans are stoked to have you here, and I personally am stoked to have you here. So welcome to Philly, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's been great so far, so I'm excited to get after it.
Just take me through the process of what it's been like, the whirlwind, obviously this summer going #1 overall in the PLL draft and now #1 overall in the NLL draft, and just kind of, taking that all in and kind of just enjoying that moment of what it's been like so far for your professional career.
Yeah, it all hits you really fast, 1 second you're in college and you're playing for your school, and then all of a sudden you're drafted and playing in the professional leagues. And after the season, my first season, I was able to sit back and just kind of take it all in and just, just come back to reality a little bit. And but then I got drafted to the Wings, and it's all back to the same thing. Like now I'm just, rushing around everywhere, just kind of trying to find my way. But I know I'll get comfortable soon enough, and it'll all settle in.
What have the conversations been like with Coach and with Paul Day during the draft process and getting you here to Philly? What was that process like, and how excited are you to play for Coach Rabil?
Yeah, they seem great. I've talked to them multiple times on phone phone calls, and it just comes down to they asked if I wanted to play, and yeah, I said yeah. This has been a dream of mine. Like I've always wanted to play in this league. I've went to multiple box games. So just expressing to them that I really wanted to play the box lacrosse game, and I think they understood that too. And we, just trying to get to know each other, because not everything's on the field. You also have to get to know each other off the field too. So they seem like really great people, and that's all I really care about, is playing for good people who have their best interest in me, and I'm going to do my best for them too. So.
And I know on draft night you talked about it too, and I think going into this year's draft, a lot of people were skeptical because they didn't know if you had box lacrosse, background and the experience there. But you talked about how you've played with Joey Spallina and you've played, and gotten your feet wet with the box game. What are some things that you're excited about, to improve on your game and utilizing box lacrosse to make you that much better of an all-around player?
Yeah, growing up, it was always just a fun game to watch, and I always wanted to play in this league specifically because of the speed, the pace of the game. It's a little different than field, closer quarters, and you got to have quicker hands, and there's a lot of different things that go into it. But I'm looking forward to just learn from the vets and take all I can get from them, because from an outsider watching, you don't really know the ins and outs of everything. So I'm looking forward to see what type of knowledge they have and what they can give me to make me a better player. So. Hopefully it translates well, and I can learn a lot from it.
Looking at this roster, just littered with talent on the offensive side of the ball, from Mitch Jones and obviously Blaze Reardon as well, who you're pretty familiar with. What are you most excited about playing in this offense with such a talented group of guys, and just bringing your skill sets to that to make this group that much better?
Yeah, just looking forward to building chemistry with them, getting to know them as people too. Like I said before. Want to build chemistry on and off the field, but it's just really, it's going to be cool to get to know new people. That's what this sport has brought so many relationships to me. So I'm looking forward to building chemistry with these guys, and then learning from them and helping out in any way I can to win games. That's all it is.
You're no stranger to playing in Philadelphia either, obviously, from your Final Four experiences at Duke and everything. Playing, across the street at Lincoln Financial Field for Duke and being in that environment, what excites you about playing in a city like Philadelphia?
Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with this area. I think just all in all, the passion that these fans bring, they're all in. So it's really cool to see that. Not every city or state has that for their team. So it's, for them to be that passionate, it makes me want to play that much harder for them and win games for them. So it really just goes both ways. The passion that they show allows me to reciprocate it. So.
Going back to the number 34, for people that may not be familiar, what's the significance for, your jersey number selection and wearing number 34?
Yeah, 34 has just been my number all my life. From the moment I stepped on, I played football originally. That was my first sport, but from the moment I stepped on a sports field, I was 34. There's so many greats in the football game, like Urlacher. You got Bo Jackson, or you got Walter Payton. You got all these guys who wore 34. So it was just a cool number to me, and I got it and stuck with it. So it's been my number my whole life through college, and so I'm glad to have it back and be able to rep it.
When you go into an environment like the Philadelphia Wings, going into this season where, last season wasn't exactly the results that they wanted, but they're still loaded with talent, and then they're able to add you as the number 1 overall pick. What has kind of just been, talking with the guys and talking with the coach, the expectation going into this season and knowing what you guys are capable of and seeing the talent on paper and knowing the results just have to be there?
Yeah, for sure. So I think at the end of the day, you have to take it one day, one practice, one game at a time. You can't win a championship or a playoff game on day one. So I think a lot of it's just obviously, rosters speak volumes. A lot of teams can look good on paper, but you got to put it all together, and we know that. So that's just the goal going forward, is to make steps each day, and each game get better from the last, and just learn from your experiences.
How much of a benefit for you is it that you're not the only newcomer on this team? Obviously, Panther City had the dispersal draft, unfortunately, this offseason, and there's a bunch of new guys also coming into this team. What's that like, going into a new team environment as a draft pick, but also having veterans come in and it's their first experience with a new franchise as well?
Yeah, it'll definitely be cool, and it puts me at ease a little bit, because there's going to be other guys too that have the same questions that I do, or trying to learn the same things. Learn the system and just how everything works. So there's a learning curve to all this, obviously, in a new place. So I think having other people along with me in that, and then having also vets who do know the way and can help you get through these new challenges that face us, will be really cool, and I think it'll bring us closer together. So.
And with Coach Rabil, he's been here obviously as a coordinator, but now as a head coach, kind of you being the first draft pick going in with him, and you guys are kind of going in this journey together. What are you most looking forward to of learning that alongside, a first-time head coach?
Yeah, I think it's cool because, I came in the same time as him now, so it'll be, similar thing, just trying to learn, what he likes, what he doesn't like, have, educated conversations about what we think going forward is best for the team and stuff like that. I think all that's really cool, and I'm looking forward to playing for him. So,
how valuable is somebody like a Blaze Reardon who, has all the field experience from college to the pros and has come into the NLL game and has really made a mark and has become a premier player in this league? How much, do you feel like you can lean on him and have that confidence to go to Blaze and talk to him as a captain on this team and kind of learn the ropes from him as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, I've played with him before, so I have that relationship already established, and I think that already just helps, and it's going to really benefit for me. But yeah, he has so much knowledge to give. Not only that, he's just a good person and a good leader. So I think you add all those things together, and it makes a great captain of the team. And he's just been great to me along the way. And I know that he's made the transition from field to box, so he has a lot of pointers and things to learn and to give me. So it's going to be really cool learning from him, and I'm really excited for it.
When you come into an environment too, and you have guys that you're familiar with, like Blaze, and Dalton Young is on this training camp roster who from the summer as well. how much does that also put you at ease, knowing there's some guys that you have playing experience with, maybe not in the box game, but just overall kind of knowing how they operate and how their game works, and to kind of have that familiarity factor as well going into a new environment for you?
Yeah, having relationships with a bunch of guys already helps on and off the field, because the more comfortable you are off the field, it's going to translate into your game too. Not only that, you also know his tendencies, what he likes to do, different stuff like that that can really help a team make steps. And a guy like Dalton, I spent the summer with, he's a great guy, and it's going to be really nice to play with him again and be able to play with him year round. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, it'll just help also with the transition with team chemistry, relationships, and just knowing people already makes it easy.
What are you most looking forward to? Just, being able to go around Philadelphia and kind of get more acclimated with the city and kind of, just immerse yourself in a new city and a new fandom, and just, making this home.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a very home feeling. I'm familiar with, the city life and just the atmosphere of it, and I want to explore definitely a lot more. Maybe get a cheesesteak here and there. Got to do that. I was talking to someone, and we were talking about what's the best spot to go to, and everyone has different opinions. So I think I'm gonna have to eat healthy throughout the week, and then earn my cheesesteak each week and try a different spot after a game, after I burn the calories, and yeah, just explore different food options and see what the city's all about.
See, there we go, the Brennan O'Neill cheesesteak tour coming
Yeah,
soon.
right.
What are you most excited about playing in front of these fans and running out onto that floor here at the Wells Fargo Center and kind of just feeling that pop for the first time, your name getting announced, the pomp and circumstance that comes with, a game day in the NLL. You grew up watching the league. What are you most excited about running out on that floor in front of these fans?
Yeah, just the music, the noise, just the cheers that they bring, all that just helps, and it brings that adrenaline each game. So I'm looking forward to that, just because I grew up watching box, and I've been to Wings games, and I've been that kid in the stands. So I try to put myself back to that moment that I was watching these games, and I could think of other kids that have the same aspirations, and so hopefully I can inspire some people and just play the game and be entertaining.
And for anybody that's new to the sport or may not know, Brennan O'Neill's style of lacrosse, what are the tips and pointers you're going to give to everybody at home watching to expect from your game and what you bring to the table?
Yeah, I think I try to add a little bit of everything to my game. If I'm lacking in something, I try to get better at it. So whether that's get stronger, I like to think I'm a strong player with speed and good footwork. So, and then adding creativity to that and just good stick skills are things I work on all the time. And I think if you have those three things, you have speed, stick skills, and then you're stronger, and you keep lifting weights and doing all the right things. That's probably my biggest pointer, and something that I still do to this day.
Brennan, I think the fans are going to love you here. I think you're going to love playing here. I think your style of play fits Philadelphia to a T. We're stoked to have you, and best of luck this season, man.
Yep, thanks for having me.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here at Philadelphia Wings Team Media Day, and joining us is the one and only Phil Caputo. And Phil, I got to say off the rip, I'm happy to see you in a Wings uniform now, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here and play for this organization.
Super happy to have you here. We've joked on the Outside the Box podcast a ton. I've been covering this team for a while, and ever since you've been in Panther City, I said, Phil Caputo is the Wings killer. Every time that Panther City played against the Wings, it always felt like you were the one with the ball in your stick at the very end scoring that game winner. So as a fan of the team, as somebody who covers the team and wants to see them succeed, it's nice to have you, don in the black and gold for the first time.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Hopefully I'll be doing that for the Wings this season against everyone else.
Talk to me about just the excitement you have coming to this team, and how much does the the stress and pressure kind of alleviate when you have a bunch of your former teammates coming in as well and TK along for the ride?
Yeah, no, for sure. The familiarity definitely makes the transition a lot easier, and just even the guys that I haven't played with in Panther City, just guys like Joe Rezateris and Mitch Jones, getting to reunite with them. I'm excited to see how my game can complement them, and hopefully, definitely working with Rezi on the right-hand side, trying to get him open, put him in good positions to put the ball in the net. I'm really excited to work with him.
And, you've been here as a visitor before. How excited are you to have, the 10,000 plus Philadelphia fans rooting for you now instead of, being against you?
Really excited. As everyone knows, Philadelphia fans are really passionate about the game, and they show their excitement. I've always been on the other side of it, getting heckled and stuff. So really happy to have their support this time around.
Going through, media day today and just being here at the Wells Fargo Center and kind of just taking it in, what's it been like for you to kind of, get the sights and sounds of Philadelphia a little bit and kind of get to call this place home?
It's pretty cool. This is the first time I've played for an organization that's owned by an NHL team, an NBA team, or I don't know if they're owned by NBA, but just playing in an NHL size arena with all the fans that come and bring the energy, bring that loud. I'm excited. I just can't wait.
You look at this roster too, and last season I think everybody who is still here would tell you that last year didn't go the way that they wanted it to, and to bring back so many blue chip players like a Blaze Reardon, like Mitch Jones, Joe Rezateris, and the like, and to bring your guys' playoff experience in as well, and then you add the number 1 overall pick in Brennan O'Neill to that mix. Talk to me about just that formula of having, so much experience coming in so many different walks of life of lacrosse, whether it is the field game, the world game, and now box as well, and you all just kind of coming together and all have that common goal of winning a championship.
Yeah, like you said, right? I think it's a perfect mix of veterans and young, fresh faces in the league. I'm especially excited to see how Brennan's going to play this year. Obviously, there's a lot of hype about him, and he's a tremendous lacrosse player, obviously, in the field game. I think he's very coachable, and I think he's going to catch on quick in the box game. And obviously having Nicky from Panther City come out and he's going to be the backbone of this team. And a lot of these games, he's probably going to steal some of these games for us. He's that kind of guy, and he's very competitive. So I'm excited to see him in a Wings jersey.
We had Blaze in here earlier, and he was talking about who he's excited to play with, and he said you're number 1 on his list. Just talk to me about competing against Blaze over the past couple of seasons and now being his teammate and what you're excited about, not only for his game on the floor, but the type of leader that he is and getting in the mix with him.
So I was actually fortunate enough to play one game with Blaze in a senior A lacrosse game in Brampton about 5 or 6 years ago, and just what he brings to the game. He's just hard-nosed player. He'll do anything to win, do anything for his teammates on and off the floor. So I'm definitely excited to get out there with him on the floor, and then share some of those memories off the floor as well, because he's a really good guy. A good leader on this team.
100%. I mean, how much value do you put into, with Panther City the last 2 seasons, you guys made the playoffs. Past couple of years, the postseason hasn't been in the cards for the Wings. For you guys to bring that postseason experience and knowledge and what it takes to, go through a full season and get to the playoffs and what it takes to win there, how valuable do you think that's going to be for you guys coming in from Panther City to bring to this team and kind of teach the way of what it takes to get to the playoffs?
It's extremely valuable. I mean, having that experience and just having that, bitter taste in your mouth the last 2 years being in the playoffs and getting bounced in the first round, I think it makes me, myself, obviously the team, just hungrier. Obviously, Philly wasn't in the position to be in the playoffs last year. So for us to push that envelope this season, our goal is to make the playoffs. You make the playoffs and anything could happen from there. So we just take it game by game, week by week, and hopefully we get in the playoffs.
And, you're the type of player who's not afraid to, crash the net a little bit, get those garbage goals and everything. Just talk to me about your game and what Philly fans can expect from Phil Caputo out on the floor.
I just play a hard-nosed game. I know I'm up front on offense, but I like to get in the middle. I'm more of an off-ball kind of player, banging around for my teammates, getting them open. And then I take pride in getting to the dirty areas on the floor and scoring a goal. Like I don't care if I'm on my back after I score. As long as the ball's in the net, I'm happy. And just being a responsible player, taking away transition, doing the little things right that will lead to the offensive success.
What's it been like, kind of just trying to navigate, coming into Philadelphia and knowing that you have your former teammate, now your current teammate, Liam Patton, who's played here before, obviously TK, who has coached here before. Have you talked to them about, just getting used to the environment and playing in front of, such a large crowd?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Patsy's a great guy. I'm excited to be reunited with him. He plays a hard-nosed, gritty game that I think these Philly fans are going to enjoy, and they've already had the pleasure of enjoying him. So I think it's going to be good. And obviously, TK just brings that intensity every night, man, and he'll drag you into the fight with him. And I think that was a great addition. So I'm excited to have him as well.
When you see that, such a large group of you guys were coming to Philadelphia, and then a couple weeks later, TK gets announced that he's coming, what was the excitement level knowing that, your head coach the past couple of seasons was still going to be with you on this journey for your career?
It was definitely pretty cool because, I mean, I was fortunate enough I got drafted by New England, and TK was there as an offensive coach. So I've been learning from him since day one in my pro career, and he's obviously one of the great minds in the game. He thinks outside the box a lot, so I'm excited to see what he's going to put together with this group offensively with all our different pieces.
Getting to talk to some of the guys that are here today and knowing that every year every team has the expectation of wanting to hoist that trophy at the end of the year. What is kind of, talking to the guys and that expectation of going into this season and what it's going to take for you guys to be the ones holding it up?
I think you have to just take it game by game and week by week. You can't focus on the end goal right away. You have to take it starting from game one. Our focus on San Diego, and that's that, right? So I think TK and Coach Rubes are probably going to preach this as well, but it's just everyone doing their job. No one trying to do anything too big or make yourself bigger than the team. The team's always first, and I think with that mentality, the we not me mentality, that definitely goes a long way. And I think we have a good group that can take it there. This league obviously minus one less team now. It's competitive. It's a 1-goal game every game. So we have to take that experiences and build on that and pull out of those games because those are the ones that are going to get you in the playoffs at the end of the day.
What do you think the feeling's going to be? I think it's December 14th, the home opener, when you run out on the floor for the first time, wearing this jersey and hearing that crowd going crazy for you, being introduced as a Philadelphia Wing for the first time. What's that feeling like now, and trying to just kind of encapsulate what it's going to be like that
honestly
night?
I get a little goosebumps just thinking about it. I mean, definitely excited, maybe a little anxious and nervous, but I think it's good energy for me. I'm going to take that and take it into the game and really soak it all in and really just put my best foot forward every game, every shift I'm out on the floor for these fans and my team.
Phil, I'm stoked you're here. Looking forward to a great season for the Wings, for you in particular as well, and looking forward to opening night here and obviously a full season. Hopefully we're talking about a championship down the line as well.
Yes, sir, man. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Shout out once again to the Philadelphia Wings for having us out at Media Day. Shout out to Brennan and Phil and all the guys, which you'll hear on episodes coming up, and you'll hear 2 different interviews on Underground Sports Philadelphia firsthand. So definitely go subscribe to Underground as well. That you'll hear on Monday's episode, but they're the best, man. I'm excited for this team. To get a guy like Phil who scored 30 goals for Panther City last year and is not afraid to get, down and dirty and those dirty goals. And I can't wait to just start calling him the trash man from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, just like Jay Carlson was called the trash man. He's going to be awesome on this team. And, he's kind of going to be on that right-hand side and doing a lot of what Blaze does on the left-hand side of crashing the net and being able to cause a lot of havoc on that right-hand side for the Wings. And he's going to be, I think, a huge boost to this offense. And, we all know TK's coming back, and that experience there with all the guys coming in. The dispersal draft brought in 7 guys, but that doesn't even include a couple other guys that were signed as free agents, like a Pat Foley, and there's a couple other guys as well that I'm blanking on. But to have that type of experience, and I talked about it with some of the guys too, to have 7+ guys coming into an organization for the first time, but they all have NLL experience to some varying degree, and all of them have postseason experience over the past 2 seasons. That's a rarity and such a huge benefit, I think, for this Wings team this year.
Yes. It just sucks that the reason it's available.
For sure. And they all said that too.
That's the part that sucks about it, is it's a great boost for Philly and what the Wings will have this year and what they're going to be expected to do and should do. But man, would it be so much better if the NLL would have been able to save Panther City? That's the
For
part
sure.
that sucks about all this. I am excited to see how they fit in, and some of them are going to know some of the systems already with TK coming back, and it just seems like not necessarily a new era, but kind of just a freshened up portion of this era of the Wings.
Yeah, it's almost like when you watch your favorite cartoon and it had like its animation style and everything, and then like a new season rolled around and they spruced up the animation style. Like, remember, people forget how like rough around the edges like the Fairly Odd Parents was off the rip. And then
Mhm.
when they got that enhanced animation and everything, same thing with like SpongeBob and Pokemon on the anime and everything. Like, when they spruce up the animation a little bit, it looks like a lot more aesthetically pleasing. And I think, last year for the Wings didn't go the way that I think anybody would have expected. But when you still have blue chip leaders on this team, like Blaze, like Mitch, like Joe Resiteritz, and then you have mainstay guys like Alex Pace, Ryan Wagner, Isaiah Davis Allen. You have a few young guys that were here last year, like Nick Rowlett and pieces like that. And then you bring in Brennan O'Neill. You bring in a bunch of guys in the draft. You bring in like 9 to 10 guys from a past organization. You bring in TK. You have a fresh voice as your head coach. There's a lot to be excited and optimistic about with this team and the potential that they have. And I think, talking to the guys today, like, they obviously have that one common goal, and that's to be the team that's holding up the trophy at the end of the year, but they know what it's going to take to get there and to have guys, that have postseason experience coming into a team that not a lot of guys on this team have postseason experience. Joey Rez does, Mitch does, I think, to a degree when he was with Buffalo, maybe, because I don't know if Vancouver ever got to the postseason beforehand. Blaze had the one postseason game as a wild card team when the Wings played the Seals. But outside, and the guys that were on that team with the Wings have that game under their belt. But outside of that, there's not that much playoff experience. So when you bring in a Connor Sellers, who his rookie year won a championship with Georgia and has been to the postseason the last 2 years with Panther City and knows how much it sucks to lose, um, it gets you hungry. And I think these guys are going to take training camp super seriously. You'll hear it on some of the interviews too. Like, they know training camp this year is gonna be no joke. It's gonna be, balls to the wall type of training camp, and everyone's gonna be battling. And um, I'm super pumped for what this team's gonna bring to the table. And just hearing the excitement and seeing it on the guys' faces that were here last year, and seeing it on the new guys' faces too for a new opportunity. I think, if you're going to a Wings game this year, be very excited for the product you're going to see on the floor.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very fun season. A lot of pieces coming in that should boost, and the excitement should be back in the arena. I think the beginning of the season is going to be critical. I think if they're able to get off to a nice start, people will feel a little bit better about the moves that were made, and then that support will start to come back. Not that it ever really is down in Philly, but when a team doesn't do well, the fans in Philly will definitely let you know. And I think just them having exciting energy coming into the season with the changes will help boost that morale. And as long as those changes produce the way that they should, the morale will only go up because those fans will get behind that with full force. So I'm excited to see what they have. Odds are definitely in their favor. Just got to wait and see what their schedule looks like when um, things really start going. Like, it looks
Yeah.
pretty favorable to them now, but week 3 or 4 is when you really start to get a picture of how teams will really look for the season.
And that's the thing too, like, talking to the guys like Blaze and Mitch, like, they said, like, priority number 1 is to be a force at home, where we had no home field advantage last year. The Wings won 1 game at home all last season. So to go 1-8 at home, the worst home record in this iteration of the Wings history, you need to be able to dominate and enforce your will and really create a home field advantage. And with how loyal and loud and proud, that's the Wings tagline, that the fans are for the Philadelphia Wings, like, that is a base level. You already have that foundation set of what a home field advantage can be like. Now it's on the players, it's on the coaches to have that showcased on the floor and get the results that you're looking for and win at home. And I think that sour taste in their mouths is really there for how poorly they played at home last year. And that's going to be a point of emphasis, is to deliver at home and make it so that playing in Philadelphia is absolute hell.
And that's the way it should be. You should feel comfortable playing at home. And part of that is due to, the current state of the league. With where it's heading, eventually they will be more comfortable at home. When you look at other sports, they're playing in they're practicing in that city and being in that city for weeks at a time, or 3, 4, 5 days before they play. Not necessarily the case in the NLL. So for some it is, and for some it's not. So I think being able to have that at some point will really help in that standard of truly feeling like a force at home, because that is home to you, and it's home to more than just your games and your team. It feels like home outside of that. That's one piece that I feel the NLL is missing at the moment. But if you're able to capture that now, like what you have with Buffalo and Colorado, San Diego's coming up in that stance point. Calgary and Saskatchewan are great examples. Toronto has a nice home field advantage as well. Those are very important pieces to in Halifax. Growing your home fan base only makes it easier to be successful in the NLL. And like you said, Philly doesn't necessarily have to build that. It was there from the old time, and then people were excited for it to be back. They're just waiting for that big boom for them to go, okay, the Wings are truly back.
Exactly. Like Big Justice and AJ. You got to bring the boom. But yeah, I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to roll these interviews out for you guys, and shout out to Brennan and Phil and all the guys that we had at Media Day. And again, thank you to the Wings for having us out. It was an absolute blast and an honor to be there. Let's go around the league, Deej, but before we do, I want to talk to you about a couple of our awesome pals. First off, our friends at Buff. Deej been on that Survivor kick. We're
They sent my girl Alicia home. Bruh. And it was so funny. It was so funny, though, because I kind of had a feeling she was about to get sent home, but I didn't even want to tweet about it because of how sad I was going to be. But she's sitting there. And
you saw her go home, and your head just started, cups full of rose.
Yeah, dead ass. But no, so they're like doing the voting and everything, and I can kind of tell by like how people are writing. You start to pick up on people's names, like even without seeing them write it down, and I'm like, no way are they doing this. And then Jeff starts reading the votes. She gets her first vote. She goes, who did that? I was like, nah. She hilarious, bro. Because like in her mind, like she's not on the chopping block. And then the next one comes out, and she's looking around like, is this for real? And then the next one comes out, and then that's when it hits her like, these motherfuckers sending me home. I could read all of this in her face, and I was like, she's so much like me, because my face would be doing the same thing right now. I would not be able to hide it one bit. And then she was like, you know what? Y'all have fun. Pretty much. Like, that's not exactly what she said. She was like, hey, y'all enjoy yourselves.
GLHF. Good luck. Have fun.
I swear,
she
bro.
Said, Hags. Have a great summer. Have a great Survivor.
He was so astonished, though. Like,
so funny.
Who did that?
Did I do that?
It wasn't me. I can't do that.
But Buff is the official neckwear and protector of yourself from the sun, the cold, and the wind. And you can see it on Survivor as well. And Deej, it's crazy. The holiday season right around the corner, and Buff has the trail to the holidays, because the trail to the holidays start here. Embark on your gifting journey with Buff. They'll guide you along the way from the trailhead at Valley Bottom to the highest peaks and back. No matter the path you chose, they'll showcase the perfect gifts for casual explorers, the vista seekers, or the ones that can't get enough elevation gain. They curated a trail map filled with their best-selling head and neckwear styles to make this year's holiday gift gifting journey as easy as it gets. So you can click the link in the description, choose your path, figure out what works best for you, for yourself, the gift that you want to give to a friend or family member, from the valley to the peak, the merino. 100% merino wool in different weights for every day, as well as your favorite activities. The perfect gift for fans perfect gift for fans of natural fibers and versatility. Choose the ideal style from year-round lightweight to merino fleece for the coldest days of the year. You can never leave the house without the original. Give the gift of the most versatile gear in the world, the original Eco Stretch. It fits in any pocket, fits anyone without the hassle of sizing, and they offer so many designs to choose from. You'll find the perfect style for everyone on your gifting list. And the best thing, you will make the giftee happy. Daily protection against the elements, no matter if they are exploring the mountains or commuting to work. Ready for any forecast. That's going to be the one Deej hops on. Commuting to work, he's going to get that original. Or the colder the weather, the better. This will be the one Deej is whipping out in January and February. The Thermo Net. If dropping temps, deep snow, and icy ascents sound like fun to you, look no further. The Thermonet styles are perfect for ski touring or shredding at your favorite resort. Lightweight, stretchy, and so warm that you won't go home before the sun sets or the lift closes. Packed with technical features, this is the ultimate gift for any outdoor fan that doesn't stop no matter the weather forecast, or if you're just commuting to work in Kalamazoo, Michigan, you need that bad boy.
Yeah. And I ain't even got to be commuting to work. Just walking my dog outside, going to practice. It don't matter where. It's cold.
Using the
here.
outhouse.
Nah, we ain't. We got bathrooms.
You in the penthouse.
Hey, we live in Lark. No,
You won the reward challenge.
I would love to win a reward challenge right now.
So shop the Holiday Trail map. Your gift adventure starts with Buff. And our friends at 47 brand, guys. 47 brand. You see me if you're watching right now. I just got my new 47 brand hat. Indeed, this thing is nice. They had the Stanley Cup collection for the NHL. They got a whole bunch of new designs for your favorite sports teams from the MLB, NHL, NFL, NBA, minor league baseball, NASCAR, soccer, and beyond. 47 brand is a brand Deej and I have sworn by since before they got on board as a partner. They are truly the best fitting hats, amazing apparel. It's got that vintage look to it. They always are dropping new designs, new hats, everything. Sign up for the text alerts so you're the first to be notified, because them things sell out fast if it's a hot ticket item. Click the link in the description and get free shipping on all orders and shop for your favorite sports fans with 47 brand. Click that link, get free shipping on all orders when you use our link, and shop for your favorite sports fan with 47. Deej, NLL news, I think the biggest signing of late. Randy Stotts is back in Halifax since the last time we recorded.
Thank
Huge
God.
news for them.
Hunter Jackson can stop tweeting his highlights now.
I was enjoying
Thank
that.
you.
It was fun. Shout out to Rosie. I know Rosie was about to have a medical emergency if Randy Stotts didn't re-sign. So shout out to Rosie. Randy Stotts back in Halifax on a 3-year deal. I think Adam Levy tweeted he's the only player, or one of the few, that have signed multiple 3-year deals in their NLL careers. So shout out to Randy. I know Halifax is happy to have him back. And then Joey Caputo is leaving Colorado and heading down to Georgia. Signed with the Swarm on a 1-year deal. That is a scary addition for that Georgia Swarm transition unit, because
can we look at them for insider trading? Those two teams? Because how come every time they make some moves, it's between the two of them?
Two.
Like, something ain't right. Something ain't
That's
right.
a good point, my man. That's a good point.
I'm just saying, like, I ain't got no beef with either squad. Like, Stinger, but Lyle and Brennan Bomberry and other pieces
and the Georgia Swarm social team we have beef with still.
That's separate
until further notice.
Right. They can just follow and then that's done. But Stinger,
it's over. It's easy.
Kind of forever beef right there with Stinger. But yeah, they got good pieces over there with Lyle and Bomberry and Shane Jackson and other pieces.
Andrew Q.
Colorado also has some nice pieces there that I enjoy. Dylan Ward, Zed Williams, to name
Connor
a few.
Kelly.
Connor Kelly, Eli McLaughlin, to name a few.
The Mad Hatter.
But this, I got beef about. Because now it's kind of seeming like these teams are only so good because they be at the dinner table in the offseason together.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
something ain't right.
You look at that Georgia transition unit that already has Jeremy Thompson back, who will be taking faceoffs for them. Brian Cole is there, and he's one of the most lethal transition guys, two-way guys in the NLL. And now you add Joey Caputo to that. Like, I also need to just look at.
And they got Jeremy Thompson at the stripe. They re-signed him for a year.
Who else is on their transition unit? Because
and he's 2 loose balls away from 1,600, I think.
That's gnarly.
Which only like 8 people have done. Adam posted about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tweeted.
Yeah,
posted. Tweeted. Excuse me.
They've got Connor Baus in Georgia on that transition. But yeah, Brian Cole. Oh yeah, Jordan McIntosh is still there. No big deal. Kaysen Tarbell still there. Brett Dobson still there, obviously, and is a stud. I did not realize they signed Angus Goodleaf as their backup goalie to Dauber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why do they have such cool names? They have a guy. He's wearing number 99.
Sick.
He's a forward. His name is Caleb with a K. Caleb Benedict. That's a great name. Why does he have to play for Georgia? Yeah, I mean, the rich get richer, and Joey Caputo is heading down to Georgia, and man,
I'm on to y'all. Swarm and Mammoth. I'm watching y'all. You might want to do your dirt a little more secretively.
That's crazy.
Something ain't right, and I see it. I see it. Ain't nobody else caught on yet. But they be listening to the pod, so if you get an email, my bad.
Yeah, that's a wild signing there. And looking here, just seeing if there's anything else that has come across the. Oh, one of our all-name team guys signed a 1-year deal with the Rock, Marley Angus.
Nice. I think that was one of yours.
Eli Salama got placed on the active roster from injured reserve, so he's back looking good.
Somebody I remember seeing a tweet during the lacrosse experience like what is Xander Dixon's pup list designation about if he's here slinging them right now? And I'm like, yo, that's a solid point. If homie's running up and down in 6s, he seems very able to perform to me. He's physically performing right now.
That's hilarious. Speaking of pup, the San Diego Seals place like half their roster on the pup list because Patrick Shumay, Trevor Baptiste, who we knew was going to be on that list, but Cole Pickup, Peyton Rizonka.
I think Shumay's been on that list because I think he got hurt at the end of last NLL season, and that's why he didn't play for the Archers at all this year.
Well, they've officially placed him as a
maybe they took him off and then put him back on.
So Shumay, Trevor, Cole Pickup, Peyton Rizonka, and Cam Accione all on the pup list from the active roster.
And you know what? They may have never put him on the pup list.
Yeah, I don't know if they did.
Since he got hurt at the end of the year, they may not have put him on. And now they are. But yeah, that's a handful of people who will miraculously be physically able to perform in a couple of weeks when the season starts.
And I'm sad Shane Knobloch was placed on the draft list.
Oof.
So he's not playing this year at least. But I mean, when you look at the Wings roster, like where was Shane going to play? So,
yeah, not a lot of holes.
I'm all right with that. And not much else signings wise, but we did have some history made in the NLL this week. I believe it's Shanley Wallace is how it's pronounced. Apologies if it's not. She is officially the first female scout in NLL history for the Albany FireWolves. She played at UAlbany. She played at Oregon as well. So on October 22nd, 2024, Shanley Wallace was announced as the first female scout in NLL history. Her journey to the league started well before that, shaped by her deep-rooted passion for box lacrosse and heavily influenced by the NLL. When she was 8 years old, Wallace's father enrolled her and her two younger brothers in a U9 boys box lacrosse league. It was there that she discovered her passion for the sport, immersing herself in every aspect of the game, and first fell in love with the league. She said, I grew up watching a ton of NLL games. That was what I looked forward to most on the weekends. And by the age of 13, Wallace had pivoted to girls field lacrosse, where she set her sights on playing collegiately in the U.S. And while Wallace always knew that she ultimately wanted to pursue a career in coaching, a transfer to the University of Albany in 2023 served as the catalyst for her current role. After spending 3 seasons at the University of Oregon, Wallace said that having the opportunity to play in a city with an NLL team, quote, sealed the deal for her. She said, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go to Albany. I'll be able to go to NLL games on the weekend. And after her final year of eligibility, Wallace served as a grad assistant for UAlbany in 2024. And during that time, she built relationships within the local lacrosse community and became a familiar face at Albany FireWolves games, connecting with multiple members of the front office, including general manager and head coach Glenn Clark. And the coach instantly recognized Wallace's talent and valued her experience in box lacrosse. And earlier this year, the British Columbia native represented Canada at the inaugural Women's World Box Lacrosse Championships, where she helped guide her country to a silver medal. And given her expertise, Coach Clark offered Wallace a history-making opportunity, the chance to join the FireWolves staff and become the first female scout in NLL history. That's so sick.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more exciting than first. I think it's kind of wild that we're still having first in the game of lacrosse, since it's been around for so long. But that's also the cool thing about it, is that the game of lacrosse is progressing and changing in so many different ways that there are still opportunities for first. There's gonna be another first draft pick for some expansion team in the PLL. There's gonna be a first female head coach in the NLL. There's going to be a first female GM in the PLL and the NLL. Like, there's so many first that are still lined up to be able to happen in both the NLL and the PLL. And then you have sixes, and the first are going to be coming in that, and that is what can still draw people to the sport. Perfect example, basketball. The other night on Tuesday night, so many people were there or watched on television because a first was going to happen. A father and son stepped on the NBA basketball court together on the same team. Not just, oh, my son's at the game. They're on the same team playing and getting paid by the same team. And they stepped on the floor together. That's history. That's a first. People are excited to see that. That is the stuff that draws people in.
WNBA had a first with the New York Liberty.
Shout
out to Joe Tsai.
Right? And breaking records, the amount of first and the amount of records that were broken this year in the WNBA is only going to propel them forward. You can still do first and break records in the NLL and the PLL every single year. And as it keeps happening, it's only growing the interest for the game of lacrosse. And I absolutely love that. And I honestly think this will draw some more females and women audience into the NLL and what it has to offer. Even if they are only watching and going to Albany games to support, that's going to spread around, and people are going to start to dive into it because they see the opportunities that it brings and the joy that the sport of lacrosse brings to everyone who's involved.
And it's a kudos to Glenn Clark too for taking that chance and recognizing that Shanley has an eye for the game. She knows the game. She's, been around it her entire life. She knows what, works in the NLL, what can be valuable in the NLL, and it's a young set of eyes out there also. Just in the grand scheme of it all, it's the new era of lacrosse, and she's been around it. She knows that area. And I think that's going to be huge for just the growth and development of the youngest team in the NLL. Let's also put that into play. She's going to be a scout to go and find the next generation of talent for the Albany FireWolves that are already the youngest team by average age in the NLL. That's super cool. I'm working on finding a connection to get her on the pod because I think that would be awesome to just pick her brain and talk about this and her experiences with the game and with the NLL and playing for Team Canada and all of that. So shout out to the Albany FireWolves. They continue to do amazing stuff for the sport. Shout out to Glenn Clark. I know he listens to the show. We got to get him on as well. And shout out to Sean Lee Wallace, like breaking barriers. Like that's the coolest shit in this sport too. Is just seeing those milestones kind of get reached and what it can do to like spiderweb affect everything around the sport.
And as you know, we're all about that on this pod. Not only the sport growing, but the first and celebrating those things. Oftentimes it's a quick glance at it like, oh, okay, that's awesome, and move on. Like, no, we want to sit and relish in it and take it for what it is. And that's what this pod is all about. Because, I mean, to some extent, we're first in history breaking in multiple kind of ways. So we love to lean on that because we know exactly what it feels like.
As the kids say, period.
Plus aura. Plus 10 million aura.
That's a slay, Coach Deej.
Minus 100 aura for using slay.
Whoa.
The aura stuff's so funny to me, dog. It is so funny.
I can't keep up with all the
my aura's through the roof, as you know.
It's not like you're playing RuneScape out here.
Bro, listen, you got aura too. You're fine. You can keep up with the aura piece. You know what the aura's about.
Do I though?
Yeah, bro. It's just like swag. Aura is just based off of like how you carry yourself and the things you do. You're fine, bro. Your aura's up near mine. Ain't quite, ain't quite up there. It's up there though. Nah, honestly, you know what I'm about to say right now.
I can't wait to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, bingo. Bingo. Your aura above mine, big dog.
Yo, you know what I just realized too, as we're sitting here and recording this, and you wanting to be like me when you grow up. This is the last episode of OTB I'll be recording as a 30-year-old. Fuck.
Hey, I'm 25. You're going to be 31. Not that big of a deal.
What's 9 plus 10? 31.
I'm just saying, bro. 31's, I heard, is a great year.
It's my last calendar birthday. It's my last age that appears on a calendar.
I hate you. You didn't even have to do all that, bro.
Hey, man. That's how you view it.
Sure. I still got a couple more left in.
Yeah, you got a whole week on the calendar.
No, I don't. It's just 6 days, bro. Stop it. That's not a whole week.
That's a work week.
No, 7 is a week. Don't be doing me.
You got a whole work
Don't
week.
Be doing me crazy. I do got
Plus,
a whole work week on here.
Your Sunday of your calendar just started.
No.
Yeah.
I guess. No,
on Sunday.
That was last year. Last year was Sunday because that would have been 24. I'm on Monday.
Yeah, 24 is a full year would have been.
I already did the full year of 24. I'm on Monday.
25.
I'm on Monday.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
No.
Yes.
No.
You just started Sunday.
No, I just started Monday.
No.
So what you saying is you coming up on your Saturday. Or
you coming up on the last goddamn day on the calendar.
You coming up on your last Sunday. So it's Sunday. because it's the seventh
Yeah.
day. Yeah. So I'm right.
No.
Because 24 would also be on a Sunday because that is 7 days prior to 31. Math is not that hard, bro.
This
31
math is
minus
not
7.
mathing.
31 minus 7 is 24, big homie.
Right, but you don't count the 24.
Oh, yeah, you
when
do.
You're counting it. No.
That's like saying you don't count okay, today is Thursday the 24th, but nah, it's really the 23rd because you don't count the 24th. Do you hear how you sound?
Bro, when you're counting
No.
from week to week, you count the following day to get to that next week.
Nah.
Today's the 24th, right? Today's
Yeah.
the 24th as we're recording
And
this.
in 7 days, we
Right.
gonna record
So
again.
day 1 is the 25th.
No,
day 2
today
is the 26th. Day 3 is look at a calendar.
Yep. Keep going.
Day 1 is the 25th. Day 2 is the 26th. Day 3 is the 27th. Day 4 is the 28th. Day 5 is the 29th. Day 6 is the 30th. Day 7 is the 31st.
Right. Day 7. 7.
Right.
That's it. So
and I did not count 24.
I'm on Monday though. 24 is Sunday. I'm on Monday.
Everyone is listening to this like, what the fuck are they talking?
I'm on Monday.
This is the type of conversation that is the equivalent of when people say, what color does your favorite song sound like?
They don't even know that like we have these kind of conversations on a regular. It is so funny.
If you got to this point in the pod, please leave a like on the video.
It just tell him that I'm right.
No.
I'm on Monday. Leave a comment and let me know. Am I on Sunday or am I on Monday? Because you asked me I'm on Monday.
It's all how you interpret how the week starts.
The week start on Sunday.
Which I'm also against. If Sunday is part of the weekend,
it can be a part of the weekend and the beginning of the next week.
But hear me out. If Sunday is part of the weekend, right? Your weekend is however you want to interpret Friday. Once you get off of work, boom, it starts. Saturday and Sunday is the technical, like, classified weekend.
Sure.
Why is Sunday starting the week if it's the end?
Because Sunday start the week. I didn't make that rule.
I'm asking the general consensus. I think it's dumb. Monday should be the first day of the week on the calendar.
Oh, it's the first day of the work week, and how well did that be going for you?
Terrible. I hate Monday.
Bingo. So why are we going to make that beginning of the week when we make Sunday beginning of the week?
Because it already is.
Good. This dude, bro. Sunday is the beginning of the week.
Which is dumb. It's on the weekend. It should be the last day of the week.
I don't know what I'm going to do with you, man.
What color is your favorite song sound like? Leave it in the YouTube comment section. That's all we got for you guys on this episode. Make sure you're following us on the socials at OTB Laxpod. That's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, the whole 9 yards. Why I gotta be black?
I didn't want to say red. My favorite song right now is a little aggressive. It's either black or red.
On Carnage time.
Dead. We own that.
But follow us on the socials. Follow Deej at SCS_next great. Follow Chase at the PLL Pipeline. Follow Hoots at Hoots Sports Media. Follow me at KBICCL311. Leave us a voicemail. Leave us a voicemail with what color your favorite song sounds like. Leave that as a voicemail. Leave your voicemail reacting to our interviews with Brennan and Phil. Just any lacrosse takes that come across your mind that you want to hear us react to. Leave it as a voicemail. Speakpipe.com/OTBLaxPod. It's linked in the description. Leave us a voicemail. Subscribe to the pod on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. That's where you get full video episodes of this show every week. Clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's where our card opening stream is going to be happening. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, check out wallballforwarfighters.com, shootoutforsoldiers.com. Register for Wallball for Warfighters. It's going to be an awesome event. When it starts, November 1st, tweet the videos of you participating, your team's participating. Tweet them at Shootout for Soldiers. Tag them, tag us. We'll repost them. It's going to be an awesome month in November. It's right around the corner. Wanted to get that in front of you guys right away. So check out shootoutforsoldiers.com/events and check out the Wall Ball for Warfighters section on the website. And this has been episode number 346 of the award-nominated, honorably mentioned, number 9 NCAA ranked, and of course, viewable on YouTube, Outside the Box podcast, the official lacrosse pod on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. For Deej, for Hoots, for Brennan O'Neill, for Phil Caputo, I'm your boy KB. We'll catch you guys next week. I'll be 31, and we'll have 2 more of our Media Day interviews on next week's episode as well. The NLL is right around the corner. But until then, we're getting the heck up out of here. Peace.
Peace.